Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Overwatch. Specifically, we're playing on the PTR right now, and we're going to be looking at all the gold weapons that are going to be available in Overwatch. Now, this stuff actually came out about a week ago, but I've taken about a week-long break from Overwatch, so I was actually completely unaware of these things actually existing. I was unaware of the PTR and all that stuff, so I figured I would cover most of that here in this video. So you may be wondering yourself, what is a PTR? How does that work? What is this glorious thing that you're discussing? So the PTR is actually a public test realm. This is something that Blizzard does in all of their games, I think, at least for WoW, Here's the Storm, and Overwatch, and I assume Diablo and StarCraft probably have PTRs as well, although I don't play those games very much. So a PTR, public test realm, is basically something you can download for free. It's right, I think 6 gigabytes if you want to download the Overwatch one, and it will allow you to play a future patch of that game, so you can kind of test out things for it, kind of beta testing it as it is, and you can give feedback, and of course to the developers and whatnot in regards to the game, which is actually a very good thing. And so if you download the Overwatch PTR, you can actually play the beta, if you want to call it that, for competitive mode, which is pretty cool. You can actually try out the new competitive mode, which I've been playing around with, and as part of the new competitive mode, you now have gold weapons. Now you're seeing all the gold weapons here. I'm trying to show you all of them here in this video. What they are is basically a super reward for playing the competitive mode. You need 300 of these competitive points. As you guys can see, they're looking at McCree's gun. You see it costs 300 to get the golden McCree's gun, and I have 2 of these competitive points right now, as indicated up there in the top right. How you earn these competitive points is actually by winning a game in competitive in Overwatch, and I'm reading on forums that you can actually get like a buttload of them at the end of the season based upon your rank that you ranked in that season. And the seasons of Overwatch competitive are going to go with the actual seasons of the year. There's going to be summer, fall, winter, and spring, and so the seasons themselves are going to be about 3 months long, so it's going to take a while to actually get these things. And of course, with 300 points needed for every single one of these weapons, and the fact that there's like, what, 21 heroes in Overwatch, that could definitely take a very long time to try to get all of them. But I think it's pretty cool because it's something that's going to be definitely it's like the master skin of this game, right? It's like, okay, I'm very good with this particular character. I have a gold weapon for him. You know, I have played this character a ton in the hardest mode available right now, which of course would be competitive. I think that's actually a really cool thing. These things are not going to be common. You're not going to be seeing a lot of these things, and I think that's really cool. The big question is, though, if you spend all your points on a weapon, right? What if that character gets nerfed? What if that character becomes unviable? What if you just stop enjoying that character? Like, it's definitely like putting all your eggs in one basket, because right now anyway, it's super hard to unlock these things, at least on the PTR. Who knows if they're going to change around how competitive points actually work, or exactly how many we're going to get at the end of the season. But even then, if you get a buttload of these competitive points at the end of the season, that's once every 3 months. And aside from that, you get your points win by win by win by win, and these matches can actually take a long time if it's a close competitive match, which it should be. It's the competitive playlist, so that's definitely interesting to me. Overwatch is actually doing a number of really cool things with the updates. If you're actually on the PTR and playing, you'll notice that the UI is a little bit different when you're actually playing the game. I may actually show you guys a little bit of gameplay from the PTR. I basically was healing last night when we were playing. It was myself and a couple of friends, and we were playing the PTR, playing competitive mode. We're still doing our placement game, so we're not like ranked yet or anything like that. And I was primarily playing as Mercy, because just like in standard Overwatch, nobody ever wants to play support, right? Nobody ever wants to play support. And I'm like, hey, I'm pretty good with Mercy, I guess. I can play Mercy. And typically we did fine. I think we won 2 and we lost 1. We only played 3 matches. It was late. And overall, though, it was just a lot of fun. Here's going to be Zenyatta's. Yeah, look, Zenyatta's is a bit disappointing. It literally takes his little ball, his little orb, and makes it actually pure golden. There's a couple ones that are better than others. Like, you look back at Genji. Genji himself is basically going to be throwing golden shurikens, but the cool part about him is his sword's actually going to be gold as well when you use his ultimate, so that's kind of a neat thing. But, of course, it's going to look better on some characters as compared to others. I'm a giant fan of Junkrat's weapon, and these weapons actually do change based upon the skin that you're using. So right now, I'm going to go through and add a couple of skins to a couple of these characters, and as you guys can see, it's actually going to change the gold weapon based upon the skin that you're actually using, which I think is a really cool thing. It's not just going to be one base weapon. It's going to actually change based upon the skin. So if you have a really cool skin, like the Reaper skin, that will actually, like a legendary Reaper skin, will actually change how his shotguns look. That's actually going to change the look of the gold weapon as a whole. I just think that's very nice. But then you're going to have other times where you have a Reinhardt skin, like Lionheart, and then you make that gold. It doesn't look really any different whatsoever. So it's really going to be kind of give or take. You really got to pick and choose which weapons you actually want to get gold. But showing you guys some gameplay here, the UI is a little bit bit different. Competitive mode is a bit different in how it works. There's going to be multiple sides, and you basically have to win the most rounds. And it's actually going to be a bit determined by like how far you can actually push the payload. That's going to be part of it too. Like if they only make it a certain distance and you stop them at that distance, all you need to do to win the match is make it further than they made it, which in this particular game right here was actually hilarious because they made it a total of, I think, 17 meters, something like that. It was kind of nuts. They didn't make it far whatsoever, and so we barely had to try, and we won the match on offense because we played so well on defense. I'm really enjoying Overwatch's competitive mode, but of course the normal standard quick match is also fun as well, but they're going to be different. There's going to be different rule sets, and I think it's going to be better for a lot of people as a whole, because I think a lot of people sometimes get frustrated when they go up against like a party of people in Overwatch and they're playing solo, their team's not working together, then they just kind of get stomped, and it's like, well, how am I supposed to do this if I'm playing solo? It's definitely a difficult game to play solo, and I think once the PTR is finished, which I'm not even sure when this is going to end, if you guys like have an idea, let me know down there in the comments, but once the PTR is finished, and once the actual competitive mode comes into the actual Overwatch and it's no longer just in beta for all intents and purposes, then I think it's going to be better for solo players as a whole, because what it's going to mean is a lot of those super hardcore guys that you're running to in quick matches and stuff that are running like a 6 stack and stuff like that, you know, they are going to be playing competitive as compared to being playing in the normal standard public match, which is going to make public match a little bit more casual and a little bit more user-friendly, I would say. It's going to be easier to pick up and play and not, you know, get stomped if you're not playing the best hero or if you're not playing your fullest potential or anything like that. So I think it's going to make it so quick match is a bit more fun for everybody, and I think it's going to make it so those guys that really want to play competitive are going to be able to go play competitive. I think it's going to be fun as a whole, and of course, with the fact that they add gold weapons there, that is going to incentivize people to continue to want to play competitive as compared to quick match. So I think it's just going to be good for everybody as a whole. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, please drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.